Welcome to the Tailfin Top Tube Pack deep dive. In this video, we're going to introduce you to our new range of top tube packs, talk about some of the key features, and then also introduce you to the wiggle rig. Top tube packs have been around for a long time, and they come in many different shapes and sizes. And they're a great place to keep items that are up front in a place that's easy to access. But the main problem that many of them face is knee rub and thigh rub. And so we've spent the last 2 years digging into the detail to solve this major problem. So we think there are two main reasons that cause both knee rub and thigh rub. And the first we think is down to pack shape, and the second is down to stability. And that's stability of the pack on the bike, but also the pack structure as well. So the majority of packs on the market tend to be parallel-sided. And the issue with that is that the back edge tends to stick out into the leg. So our packs are actually teardrop shaped, and we bring that back taper all the way down and in to really help avoid where the leg is coming up and interacting with the pack. Now, doing that in a sewn pack is reasonably straightforward, but all our packs are welded, and we weld because it's the best way of guaranteeing waterproofness. But doing a 3D weld is not very straightforward. So a lot of the development time was working with our factory to really figure out and work out how we could have this shaping that would give these advantages to solving these problems. As we started developing the pack shape, it very quickly became obvious that no two riders are alike. And that is the types of bikes they ride, whether that is road bikes, gravel bikes, and mountain bikes. And within those differences, you have the spacing of their feet with the Q factor. But even if you have two riders who are the same height, their gaits are naturally different. And so that pushed us to develop the three different sizes, the 1.5, the 1.1, and the 0.8. And in particular on the smaller one, we wanted to add in an extra taper, and that is going narrower towards the top to really help those riders that have suffered from knee rub or thigh rub in the past. So the second problem, where we spent a huge amount of time trying to solve, is pack stability. So at this point, I think it's worthwhile bringing in a generic top tube pack. So with the majority of top tube packs on the market, they mount using Velcro, and they have maybe some kind of Velcro at the rear, the front, and then they'll have a strap that goes round the underneath the stem on the headset there. So Velcro can be a great solution. It's low cost to manufacture, it's easy to use, and it's pretty quick to put on. But I guess for us, it doesn't do the job. It doesn't ever quite grip hard enough. It can come loose. The Velcro itself can catch on your bib shorts. When it does move, you can end up kicking the pack back and forwards. The front strap, if you do it up too tight, you end up turning the pack as you turn the bars. So there's a whole industry of products out there that try to solve that problem in a different way. The way in which we've solved this is by actually developing a solution that limpets and grips onto the top tube super tight, rain or shine, without damaging your paintwork. And additionally, there's no front strap. So when you move those bars, there's zero interference with the pack. And then also, if you happen to run a slam stem, it's possible to run one of these. The secret to the stability of these packs is what we call V-mount technology. And it's actually, the name comes from the V shape of the rubber pads in the bottom. And now these rubber pads are removable, and underneath is a piece of hardware that's actually welded to the underside of the pack. And there's actually a channel that goes up and into the pack for these TPU straps to go through, and then for the bitter end to come back through and be held. And when that's pulled tight, this whole system is connected to the structure of the pack that's inside, and together that creates this single unified mounting system that keeps the whole system incredibly stable. You may have noticed these two holes. There's another two holes under here. These holes are actually 64 millimeters apart, and that's because quite a lot of bikes these days come with mounting points on the bike, and there's not a standard for that. They're sometimes in different positions. So this allows the pack to be mounted on the top of the bike with screws. We also have a very long strap, and this is because, again, if you take a pack like this that has a fixed Velcro length here, many bikes, especially mountain bikes, have quite a thick union at the front. And so this long strap allows you to mount it to the bike irrespective of what type of bike you have. Additionally, these straps are actually replaceable. So if they somehow become damaged, you can replace the straps without throwing away the pack. So that was some of the problems that we've solved whilst developing the Top Tube Pack. There's a lot more detail over on the product page, and we'll show you some features like the mag lock. But we've now got to the point in the video where we're going to fit the packs to the wiggle rig, and I'm going to show you some of the tests that we've carried out whilst developing the packs. So what is the wiggle rig? The wiggle rig is a machine we built to do repeatable testing of our Top Tube Pack versus other Top Tube Packs. So we've got an inverter drive motor here connected to a cam that moves both bikes in unison. We've got a counter here that is counting every single cycle. And we've got a GoPro camera here that is on time lapse and will be recording the whole thing. And there are two tests we're going to show. The first is to just specifically show how the packs move and compare them. And then the second test is going to be a long test over a few days to see how the packs wear the frames when you've got a bit of mud and grit in the mix. Okay, to fit the 1.1 litre zip, we're going to put the TPU straps in each of the slots like that. We sort of line it up and you feed it round like this, and then you can crank these fairly well. So if you crank that and then put the tail end in there, and then the same goes for that. So you sort of get the hook into the right position and then pop the tail end all the way through. And if it's not quite in the right position, then you can just ever so slightly adjust it. And that's it ready to go. And for the generic pack, I've got the Velcro undone, going on like that. I guess I'll do the front strap in a second. And I guess you're not able to see here, but the tail end of the sort of the Velcro strap is here. It's sort of deforming the pack, so it's depending on what I've got in it will sort of depend on how much I've sort of having to tighten it up. There. And then this here, I'll sort of try and slide it up a bit. And then around there like that. Okay. So now I'm going to open them up and put in the same volume. It's worthwhile showing actually. On our Top Tube packs, we have what is effectively sort of Insole Technology, and this adds a bit of softness and also helps to protect any items that are inside, in particular phones. So there's actually a mesh pocket on the inside here that is designed to hold your phone securely against the side and stop it flopping around on the inside. So at this point, I'm going to quickly mention our zips. They are number 6 in size, so they're beefier than other zips used in Top Tube packs. And they are substantially more waterproof than many other zips that look like this. The way the pack is constructed makes a big difference on how zips function, and so ours is designed to be completely one-handed. Sometimes some zips are not, and I guess it's important that on a top tube pack in particular that they remain one-handed. So I'm now going to pack these in with the sort of test weights, and so for this I'm going to just use 10 energy gels that come to around 700 grams in total each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm packing these fairly tight, like that. And on this one, okay, that's them fully loaded. I'm now going to turn it on, and I'm going to record some footage of how these packs are moving up close. So you can really see and compare the differences between the packs. And I guess this is the thing that's hard to see when you're not on a test rig, is that sort of movement and what that means to how your legs are interacting with the pack. So you've now seen how the packs move on the bike. I'm now going to set up for the prolong test. And for that, we've got one special ingredient, which is some nice, good old-fashioned Bristol mud. So I'm going to apply this and try and not get it absolutely everywhere, just to try and make it a little bit more realistic. Here goes nothing, I suppose. Both packs have now been set up on the bike, basted in some beautiful Bristol mud. The GoPro is set for time lapse and is taking a shot every 10 seconds. You'll now see that appear somewhere on the screen, and we're going to now run it for quite a few days, come back and then do a bit of a review. So there's nothing left to do but press play. See you in a few days. Welcome back. It's been around 32 hours and we've done over 100,000 cycles. So we're ready to take the packs off and have a look at what's underneath. So let's get to it. Okay, what have we got here? So, quite a lot of marking along here. Pack is looking, it's got some marks as well. Okay, put that down. Off comes the Tailfin Top Tube Pack. What is underneath? Okay, so I can still see where the rubber has been pressed tightly against the frame, so no water or mud has got in there. There's a bit on the underside here and here, but the frame is looking pretty good. So let's wash these down, and then we'll get in and have a proper close look and see what the effects are. So I'm seeing a lot of marks on here. This is from the competitor pack. I'm seeing quite a lot of white coming through, which is, I guess, must be the undercoat. Yeah, quite a lot of frame rub. And over on here, so yeah, this is the Tailfin pack was on here, and I would say it's looking almost pristine. Yeah, I'd say it's looking great. Ah, this is brilliant. So we've now been through some of the features and benefits of this pack. There's more information over on the product page. But from me and the Wiggle Rig, thank you for watching and happy trails.